Good morning, everyone. I think we're live here. I just wanted, we're back again, second Tuesday now, and this is our second talk. We a little bit started, late starting here, but we're good. So I'm excited to be, we have two new speakers this morning that we're gonna be talking about two different topics. The first one is aspect of health, and then the other one, and the other one is essential oil safety. But before we begin, I want to make sure that I read this little disclaimer. That please note that all the information that we're going to share today in our talk is for educational purpose only. It is not recommended for any medical treatment or any medication. I said this on last week that we're not going to prescribe and we're not going to medicate. So we're just going to share about the education that the gifts that we have that we want to offer to you. So at this time, I'm just going to have everyone introduce themselves and just tell them who they are, and begin with Asha will be our speaker. But so just begin to introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Asha Scatchard. I am an energy healer, and today I'm going to talk about aspects of the South. And do you want me to begin my talk now, Martha, or just let the others
introduce ourselves quickly first?
What's that?
We're just going to go around and just introduce
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Julie?
Hi, I'm Julie Lynn Duarte. I am a local home birth midwife, and I also have a PhD in integrative medicine. And I have an office here in Hanover, so I serve the local community.
Thank you. Gloria?
Hi, I'm Gloria Saloky. I am a Reiki master teacher with a Corona Master Teacher Certificate also. I am studying essential oils and aromatherapy, and I'm working on my aromatherapy certification. And I'm going to soon launch my site, Gloria's Galleries, for my acrylic pouring and jewelry. And I'm in Gettysburg.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. So at this time, we'll have Asha just begin her talk. Asha, you have the floor.
Okay. Well, today I'm going to talk about aspects of the self. Now, why I selected this, because today in our world, there's a lot of this stuff manifesting. So the first part is about the lower self. Now, the lower self is something that was developed during our child consciousness. It's conclusions we made as a child. Now, the child consciousness and the inner child are not the same, so do not confuse them. The lower self, developed by the child consciousness, defends. It defends against pain, and there's many types of pain. In essence, the lower self does not trust life. It has become numb to inner feelings. So it's important we recognize this. If you were backed into a corner, you know you would do anything and everything in your power to defend yourself. You would shout, scream, do many things. So that's your lower self manifesting itself. It manifests during times of stress and crises. It has a lot of energy within it, and it comes out as hatred, revenge, selfishness, and also the intent to punish, hurt, and destroy. You will know when you're in your lower self, but know when your lower self, all these aspects are healed in you, you get into your creative energy. So as much energy as the lower self holds, that can be turned positive. Another aspect is called the mask. The mask is something we develop, and it holds pieces of ourselves that we do not like. So because of this, we wear a mask. We wear a mask to be accepted, to be loved, because we think people will not like us in our real self. But that's wrong. That's considered the idealized self. In essence, if you portray yourself in its authenticity, you're just magnificent. You're beautiful. So the characteristics of the mask are fake, they're defending, submissive, they deny fear. And there's several masks I can point out. One is the power mask, the love mask, and the serenity mask. You will know when you are wearing your mask. So just be aware that this is something that everyone will wear sooner or later. The last piece is called the higher self. This is the thing we're to obtain in life. It seeks truth, respect, it's clear awareness and union. It is who we truly are. Martha, do I have a few more moments?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two other things I want you to be aware of. One is intention. Be aware that you have a positive intention and a negative intention. And these are things that you will go through your day. Wow, am I in positive intention or negative? You will see people that live their life in negative intention. And you will use this word intention many times because that is one of the popular words of today. Set your intention. So be aware there's two aspects. The last thing is your shadow. The shadow is something, again, we all have, and yet we don't see it. So what is this shadow? We have what's known as a golden shadow. And the golden shadow is the pieces we see in other people that we truly admire. Well, because it's a shadow, we have those pieces within us, or we would not be able to see those in others. And just as we have a golden shadow, we have another shadow. And this is the negative shadow, the pieces we do not like that we have hidden. Actually, they say these pieces we stuff in a bag and we drag this bag through our entire life. So the negative shadow is pieces you see in people that you dislike. You may even hate these pieces, but remember, they are in you. Or again, you could not see them. So these are just pieces to be aware of as you go through life, as you go through your experiences in relationship with other people. In future talks, we'll talk about these childhood traumas that have developed us and that we have forgotten. So just practice trying to be as aware as you can as you go through life. And I talked about the art of self-observation last week. Practice that. That will be your biggest teacher at this time. So Martha, that's about it from me. Thank you. And it's all yours.
Thank you, Asha. Thank you. Anyone have any comments or any questions for Asha? Okay. It's pretty much, just allowing ourselves to be aware of our feelings, and, whether if we are in the, talk about the zones, we're in the fear mode or the learning mode, the growth mode, and, how will we apply the positive energy or positive emotions through those zones. So I can reflect some of the things you say, Asha, in terms of the intention, the positive, negative. Are you one mode? What intention you want to pursue that would reflect not from within yourself, but it reflecting to others. So, okay. So at this time, we'll have Gloria speak about the essential oil safety. I know everyone is they're powerful, they're amazing, and people are just using them in so many ways. And we just want to make sure that you are aware that there's a safety mechanism about the oils. I mean, they're natural, they're from plants, but there's a potency about them and they're powerful, and just want to make sure that you are aware of the safety. That's what Gloria's going to come in and share and tell us about it. Gloria?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for the opportunity, Martha, to come on and give some information about essential oils and how to safely use them. I usually like to start with the idea that, have you ever been to a fair or something of the sort, and you see people who are set up with tables, and you'll hear somebody say, oh, I have this problem, and they'll say, oh, I have an oil for that. Or you can take it internally, just a couple of drops on your tongue. I just want to scream, no, don't do that. The essential oils are natural, but they're extremely potent. And if you're going to use them, you need to learn to use them correctly and safely. There's many aspects to the safety of using essential oils. Number one, just because they're natural doesn't mean you can use all you want. There are limits as to how many drops you can use. There's definitely, when you're mixing oils, you need to mix them with a carrier, which is some sort of oil or cream that goes on your skin that helps dilute the oil itself. I saw a girl have a terrible reaction to cinnamon oil. I was in a class, I was in a psychic development class, and the instructor had all of us put a drop on our forehead, on our third eye. Cinnamon's one of the hot oils, and she had, we all had a reaction, you know, we all got a burning, but she looked like she had been out in the sun and gotten a horrible sunburn. I mean, even after washing. So you have to be aware of what you can put on your skin and how you do it. You also need to be aware of the science of the oils. And if you need to worry about your purity, you can get oils from zillions of places online. You can get them in your healthcare stores. You can get them in Walmart. But do you know what you're getting? No. If you don't get a scientific printout called a gas chromatography mass spectrometry report, you have no idea what are in those oils. A lot of the oils that are out there being sold are adulterated, or they've had something added to them, or they're a substitute, one oil for another. So you need to be sure about the purity of your oils. You need to know that when you're using oils, not every oil can be used with medications that you're taking. There are contraindications. When I work with a client and I'm formulating something for them, I definitely have to have a list of medications that I check and make sure that I'm not going to give them something that's going to either cause their medications to overreact, or it's going to cause it to diminish. You need to trust the person that you're dealing with. You need to make sure that the person is well educated in essential oils and aromatherapy and knows all the aspects of safety. When I hear somebody say, oh, put this in a capsule and take it, or just put some in water and drink it. Oh, no, 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 no. First of all, water and oil don't mix. That's a big safety concern. And if you're going to be taking something internally, you need to be dealing with somebody who probably has the education of a clinical aromatherapist, which is even above a certified aromatherapist. So from my aspect, I don't suggest using anything internally. Then there's things about diffusing, which is putting the oil in these cute little electronic devices that put it out into your living space, because it does affect not only children differently, but animals also. So you need to work with someone who has a very good education when it comes to the oils. Don't just use them willy-nilly. My practice is both Reiki and aromatherapy, and I have a Facebook page, which is Gloria's Alternative Therapies. I can be contacted at 301-659-0403 if there are any questions. But again, please be very careful about how you use essential oils until you have the education, or knowing that the person that you're working with is well educated so that you don't have any problems with them.
Thank you. Thank you, Asha. I mean, I'm sorry, Gloria. You talk about having, someone on medication, and just want to add to that make sure that you share that with the doctor, that you looking into maybe getting some, starting oils, or maybe you already started it and that so your doctor's aware of that. I just want to add that as well. So
most doctors are totally uneducated when it comes to alternative therapies and essential oils.
Right.
I'm very fortunate that I have a doctor who is behind me 100% with what I do and where I go with the oil. So yes, don't be surprised though when you share it that they go, oh, that doesn't work. Or you get some sort of negative feedback from the doctor, because the Western medicine is not taught anything about natural products.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm aware of that. And, it's about, just educating, and, some of them are, just begin to open, I guess, the channels for that. But the chemistry of the oils are just something, we all need to respect about the use of them. So
Right.
anything else? Any questions?
I just wanted to say to Gloria, thanks for talking about safety with essential oils, because
Sure.
that's something I deal with in my practice as well. And I don't know, that many people know the peppermint oil, which is a widely used essential oil, if you're breastfeeding, can decrease your milk supply. And there's so many people in the wintertime who are sick, got the sniffles, whatever, rubbing peppermint all over them, and they're trying to breastfeed their baby.
Yeah.
It can be very problematic.
Yeah.
So I agree, if you're going to use essential oils, you need to tell your provider about it and make sure that that it's not going to be counterindicated with anything that you're doing or medications that you're taking. Yep. I know there's people who were taking, grapefruit essential oil, like eating it, ingesting it. And some of the medications that people take, especially antidepressants, some of those, you cannot eat grapefruit and take those medications, but you got people diffusing them and ingesting them in their morning smoothie. And you're like, wait a minute, what are you doing? So it is very important to be mindful of those things and have that communication, like you said, Martha, with your provider. You have to, because one thing that drives me nuts is when I hear a professional or a provider in the integrative world saying this is an herb or this is natural, it's not harmful. That is not true. It's not true. There's a whole website dedicated to that. You cannot tell people just because it's natural or that it comes from the earth that it's safe. Right. Because we know that's not true.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh,
Gloria.
thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
And it looks like, we have to pretty much, it's like we got a couple minutes left here. So I just want to thank everyone for the panel. for all your sharing all your knowledge. And we look forward to, we have some good things next week, next Tuesday. And I want to thank everyone for your time. And so if you have any questions, you know, you have questions for me, I shared last week, you know, I'm working on my website right now. I'm a health coach here in Hanover, and it's 5 Pillars Health Coaching LLC. And my phone number is 717-968-3083. And my email address is 5pillarshealthcoaching@gmail.com. So I look forward to share more knowledge next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.